Hey, what's good? I'm Coach Colin Castella, and today I'm gonna give you a stupid, simple hack to help you score more points. Now, most players really wanna go fast. They try to go fast up and down the floor, they try to move fast, but sometimes fast isn't always best. So today what we're gonna talk about is the simple concept of deceleration, which is basically stopping, a fancy way of saying it. Now, some of the best scorers in the world, guys like James Harden, Kyrie Irving, one of the reasons why they're so good is because they're so good at stopping, right? They're really great at getting their momentum moving one direction and then breaking it off, making their defender go flying. And this is where a lot of that shiftiness comes from, is how fast can you stop on a dime and change direction. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna give you a few different keys and concepts to help you easily work on your deceleration and moves you can actually take to the game to send your defender flying. So the first one we're gonna talk about is what I call a pop stop. Now, a pop stop is basically just the idea that I'm going to stop my momentum with my front leg and pound a dribble into the ground at the exact same time. So you can do a pop stop going either direction. I can do it with my left hand, left foot, or my right hand, right foot. And the great part about it is that a lot of times this sends the defender flying and helps you break off your line anytime you're on a dribble drive. So think about it like this. If I catch a swing pass and I'm getting ready to attack and I go this direction, my defender starts to slide with me. If I hit this pop stop, they're gonna slide in front and it opens up this entire window going the opposite direction. Now, what I do with it is totally up to you. I could cross over and get to the hoop. I could cross over, step back away from them to get space. The options become unlimited, but the pop stop is what begins me to get there. Now, the key on a pop stop, we want to get low and athletic, right? I don't want my chest up and my leg out in front. That's going to be really hard to slow my momentum. I'm going to lose and go over the top. I want to get my nose over my knee, so as I'm going down, my chest is to the ground and I'm popping them at the same time. That way I'm low and athletic and my hips are already loaded to explode out of it. If you can do that, it's gonna be devastating and perfect deceleration. All right, the next deceleration move that I love is what we call a snatchback. And this is one that takes a lot of ankles because you can use it if somebody's riding your hip and moving really quickly with you. So it's basically just an idea is as I'm driving or I have a live dribble, I'm gonna break my dribble off with a quick stop and a behind the back. Now, like I mentioned, this is great. If the camera presses up on me a little bit, pretend you're a defender. If I break my line and they're right here on my hip, if I try to do a pullback or a between the legs or whatever it is, it exposes the ball right there. But I can kind of give them a little bit of a bump with my off arm, just a little one, not an offensive foul, and I can whip the ball behind my back. That breaks off that line and is a fast way to decelerate. Couple points to really kind of emphasize. As we get down here, same thing with the pop stop. I want to get my nose over my knees and I want to load low. If I'm really upright and I try to do it, I'm going to be off balance and kind of stumble backwards. So get low first. That way, when I whip it, I'm on balance, ready to attack. The other key here is we want to sit our butt down. So if I'm really high and I try to go behind the back, I don't have very much space behind me to really get the ball back there. But if I get low, I get nice space right here to get the ball low behind me, and that way I can keep the defender flying. So get low, stay loaded, and that's gonna help you on your snatchback. All right, next up, we've got one of my personal favorites, the pullback. So basically on this one, it's the exact same thing as we're getting ready to attack. We're throwing our shoulders, throwing our momentum, still looking like we're driving, but I'm gonna hold the ball out, whip it, and pull it backwards to my opposite hip. Right? So this one's a little bit more exposed. You don't want to do this as the defender's right up on you, but it's still great because it really decelerates quickly and then gets you separation the opposite direction. So anytime I hit my pullback, what I like to do is add a little hezzy or a little kind of shake of the head to really add a little extra flair to get the defender flying. So I might be going downhill and go, whop, and then whip it back the opposite way. That way it looks like I'm driving that direction and I break it off opposite. Again, same keys. Stay low, nose over knees, and stay loaded with your hips so you can explode out of it into a jumper or into a crossover. All right, so right now we've got 3 deceleration options. The defense is toast. I'm gonna add a 4th to make you completely unstoppable, and that's a between the legs drag. So it's kind of like a pullback and kind of like a snatchback, but in the middle of the two, where you're going to plant forward just like before, but now I'm gonna drag it between my legs rather than in front or rather than behind. This is a great kind of like medium split the difference between the two, right? Maybe the defender's kind of close, but not completely close, so I can keep it a little bit guarded with my leg, but it's a great way to kind of get that extra separation and decelerate at the same time. Now, big key here, really work on getting space when you're coming out of it. When I sit low and I'm hitting my deceleration, I want to be able to get as much space away as possible. So when I pull back, I want to pocket the ball here, not with my hand underneath. So then that way I can get extra space, and then maybe I can put a crossover or do another move out of it, right? So really work on keeping your hand on top and pocketing. That way you're more dynamic. If you want to score like a pro, you got to train like a pro. That's why we teamed up with our guys over at Pro Class to bring you the Pro Class scoring pack. It's the perfect workout. It's going to help you maximize your workout to essentially score just like some of the best basketball players on the planet. And you're going to be training with guys like Chris Paul, Damian Lillard, DeMar DeRozan, CJ McCollum, just to name a few. So click the link in the description down below and get 100% free access. Also, if you're new to ShotMechanics, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell notification. You know we put the best content out there, and you're not gonna wanna miss any of it. And also, leave a comment on this video down below and let me know what you wanna see next. This channel for the people, by the people, and I run pretty much everything off a request, so leave it down below, and hopefully I'll get to it. Again, I'm Coach Colin Castella. Thanks for watching, and until next time, splash on.